What's up, brothers and sisters of YouTube? This is Rory McMahon's Road to the Show, and today we recap the MVP race of 2016 and get you through the playoffs. That's right, the entire 2016 playoffs. And there you see it. Paul Goldschmidt has been awarded the MVP of the 2016 season over Rory McMahon, despite McMahon blowing away the competition in batting average, hitting the same number of home runs, 48, as Goldschmidt, but coming up second to him in the RBI mark. I was extremely frustrated by that and so upset that I didn't even show you an update from the end of the year because I just couldn't bring myself to talking through the anger and the just complete shock that I felt when I saw that. What a great year for McMahon. He's only 20 years old. He won the batting title. He won the Hank Aaron Award. He's the best hitter in the game, but apparently not good enough for MVP. But the focus now, it turns to the playoffs. Is the Atlanta Braves. We got past the Cincinnati Reds, our nemesis last year that took us out in the first round. And now we're going to be battling the Washington Nationals for a spot in the World Series. Let's see if Rory McMahon can bring the McMahon Slam to the NLCS to get the Braves to the World Series, and then hopefully, if we make it that far, to win a World Championship.
They gave him 2 shots to see if he'd go out of the zone to try to chase, and after that, I'm thinking they should just put him on.
And they're going to hit the board first tonight as this ball's down for extra bases. And the run will score as the Braves.
And what a great start for Rory McMahon and the Atlanta Braves, jumping on the board early. McMahon with the opposite field triple just misses a McMahon slam by a few feet. Steven Strasburg, the ace of the Nationals, a tough guy to hit on the mound. What a huge way to start off Game 1 in the NLCS. The Braves up 1-0.
Rory McMahon will get another shot, hit by a pitch his last time.
And McMahon, after getting plunked in the last at bat, he wastes no time. Strokes the first pitch up the middle. A single, a 2-hit performance. The Braves are up 4-0, and it looks like they're well on their way to a Game 1 victory. And later in the inning with McMahon standing on second base, Evan Gattis steps up, rips a double deep to left center field. That's going to score McMahon. Andrelton Simmons coming around third base. It's going to plate him as well. The Braves up 6-0. And those 6 runs are definitely more than enough on a day like today when Chris Medlin was on his game. Atlanta takes Game 1 by a score of 6-1. A nice performance by McMahon. So let's move on now for some action in Game number 2.
And a good stretch over there is going to get him by a step.
And you probably know by now that when I show you a defensive highlight towards the end of the game, to start it off, it's not a good sign. And now we sit at 6-0 in the bottom of the 9th with 2 down. McMahon with a guy on base. You can only do so much, but hey, that so much might as well be a McMahon slam. It's not going to win the game, but that sure feels good after a tough performance at the dish. Number 1 of the NLCS. McMahon slam. Number 1.
His first homer so far in the series, as the lead is cut to 4 and 6-2 now.
It's always fun to watch the red-headed beast slap one out of here, but it wasn't enough for the victory. Washington evens up the series. We're going to take it to the nation's capital now, picking it up in Game 3. Atlanta with a 1-0 lead, looking to take a 2-1 advantage in the series.
Now a broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground.
What a tough at-bat to start off the game for Rory McMahon, but Atlanta with a 1-0 advantage. They'll take that start here in Game number 3.
Swung on and bounced on the ground to third. Oh, and he can't pick it up clean. First with 2 gone.
And a nice put out by McMahon. Moving ahead now to the bottom of the third with 2 outs and a full count. The Nationals have climbed back into this one. McMahon scoops this one up as well, and he fires over to first, and that's going to put an end to the Nats in the 3rd inning. It's time for the Braves to come back and reclaim Game 3.
In there, 0-1.
Yeah, no mistake about that one. That one's right there.
Plays at 1 now.
And a fastball just misses. It's 1-1. Swing and a ball hit fairly well, heading high and deep toward right center.
And when you're the best young player in the game, you've got to come through in the clutch. McMahon knows what to do. He gets himself on base, a leadoff double. The Braves have got to find a way to get this run in.
Swing and a hard hit ball towards the hole. And the 2-out threat will not.
And of course, they don't do it. McMahon's leadoff double goes for nothing.
McMahon will step in as the possible tying run, but just a single here could make this a 1-run game.
But when you're getting tired of your team falling asleep at the wheel and not stepping up, when you're that guy, you've got to be the clutch performer, and McMahon is that guy. Coming through, driving a run in with a double, bringing the bullpen in. Let's see if the Braves can push through and make a comeback in Game 3. And they do. They force the game into extra innings. Can the Braves pull it out? Oh, the drama. But of course, the final act goes to the Nationals, who come through in walk-off fashion to take Game 3. A tough situation for the Braves on the road. They need to steal one to take the pressure off before returning home. So flying ahead, Game 4. Strasburg is back on the mound once again. Let's see if he gets redemption this time through after the Game 1 collapse against Atlanta.
Strasburg on 1-1. Keeping it down here as it's to 1-2.
Boy, when he's got that thing going good, it just takes a nosedive right at the end.
And this is fouled back and out of play. Now another 1-2. No offer at the curve that time, and it's knotted up at 2-2.
Ooh, and the big heat, the strikeout of Rory McMahon. Strasburg is putting the ball on a dime, pitching like Greg Maddux, but throwing it with the velocity of Noel Ryan out there. Things are not looking good early on for the Braves. And I'm not even going to waste your time, because it didn't matter where it was pitched, how it was hit. There was no way that the game was allowing Strasburg to lose another one. The Nationals have a 3-1 advantage. The Atlanta Braves have no choice but to win 3 in a row if they want to make it to the World Series. The Texas Rangers await. But who are they going to take on from the National League?
Swinging a hard liner to center field. And that'll get down.
And if Rory McMahon has anything to say about it, it's going to be the Atlanta Braves. And if not, he's going to force the Washington Nationals to chase the Braves back home to Atlanta to steal it on home soil. He is not going down on the road.
Ball hit high and deep is straight away right.
And not only is McMahon refusing to go down on the road, but he's refusing to stay in the ballpark. That's McMahon slam number 2 of the NLCS. Atlanta looking strong, making a case for 3 in a row in a World Series bid.
Braves a 3-1 lead.
Try to hold up.
And his next time up at the plate, McMahon would get himself yet another double, as the Braves are just running away with it 7-1. Here we've got a man on first, And McMahon says, how about the McMahon double? That's another McMahon slam. 2 in one game. Number 3 of the NLCS. And you might as well pack your bags, Washington, because you're going to Atlanta for game number 6.
His second of the game as they've widened this lead to 8 now.
You want to talk about an offensive explosion? That's 6 home runs as a team so far. I mean, you might get that once a season. The whole lineup's been absolutely dialed in.
And thankfully, McMahon did put up that big bomb because the Nationals came through with 4 runs of their own. However, the Braves held on for the victory. And we're taking it back to Atlanta to see if the Nats can close it out on the road, or if the Braves can use home field advantage to vault themselves to the World Series.
Stand in, and he was one of the heroes last time out.
And moving ahead quickly now to the bottom of the 8th, we're in a tough pitchers duel. The Braves up 3-1. McMahon at the plate, working himself into a nice at bat here. Down to 2 strikes. He's seen a few go by, showing some patience and showing a big piece of lumber. That's a line drive. Another McMahon slam. That is number 4 of the NLCS. This man is hungry for game number 7. Well, now we've just got to sit back and let the bullpen do their job. But they give up 4 in the top of the 9th, 2 in the 10th. I got to stop to catch my breath. The Braves have battled for a run, but McMahon's coming to plate, a runner in scoring position. We're down by a run. This is the season right here. If McMahon doesn't come through, the Atlanta Braves, their season is over. And he's hacking at the first one way up at his eyes. He's got to get his composure and see if he can come through.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
They're definitely making him work out there. He came in trying to shut the door, and he has not had an easy time.
And McMahon gets his hands inside of it. He's making a bit of a walk-off. Oh, but he hits it to the deepest part of the park, and the Washington Nationals. The Washington Nationals are the National League champions of 2016. So many emotions going through my head right now. Such a long season. It's just too raw to put into words how frustrating that is to get robbed of the MVP and then to get robbed of a berth into the World Series, at least to get to Game 7, but the bullpen lets us down. But hey, it's a team sport, and things like that are going to happen. And so now we just got to look forward, as hard as it is to say, with the blink of an eye. We've got to look forward to the off season. And I genuinely appreciate the support that you've shown this series so far and through this season. I know you were hoping for an MVP and for a World Series berth. It wasn't meant to be, but Rory McMahon has shown tremendous growth. And this is a series that I hope to continue throughout his entire lifetime, advancing from year to year, from MLB The Show throughout generations. And there you see the Rangers win the World Series, but we're going to be back soon with some off-season action. Thanks again for watching, and we'll check you in the next episode.